It's 2 in the morning. However, I can't sleep. So I want to show y'all something real quick. Some of y'all have seen my story, but I made this about a week ago. I'm using it to help keep myself on track. So I have the songs I recorded, estimated drop date. My goal is to post 3 to 4 times a day of how I do at least one persona type of content a day. Top of the funnel content, so that's basically like discovery. So it's like, if the algorithm shows you this, you have been blessed, that type of stuff. And then trial reels. This is strictly for Instagram. Then I have my end of the year goals. Instagram, I'm hoping to get 10K. TikTok, I'm hoping for 5K. And then by the end of the year, I'm hoping I have at least 1,000 listeners on Spotify. But the main thing I wanted to show y'all was my mantra that I have right here. Every single day, I say this. I am an independent artist. My community is growing, and I am financially free with my music. And I know some people, they'll be like, oh, why are you worried about the money? Unfortunately, it's part of the business. This shit is not cheap. Far from it. I'm a very lucky individual, and I built my studio at home. Everything's in my room, from the mic all the way down to even my processor and my computer. All of it is recorded in my bedroom. I can officially say that I'm a bedroom independent artist. But that's just for equipment. But let's say you ain't got that type of money. All right, then we go into a studio. Depending on where you go, that's going to be money too. I really don't know how to describe this, but I feel like that my mind and my body and soul are like 5-10 years in the future. However, reality hasn't caught up to where my mind is at. I feel like that I am so far ahead with, okay, this is what I want to do. This is how I want it to run. This is how I want this and this and da 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 da. But I don't have the team or the financial freedom to do those things just yet. So I am forced to be creative. I am forced to be a starving artist, which I'm fine with. I know some people hate the term starving artist, but I honestly find it beautiful because think of it like this. You are willing to pour in so much love and so much creativity into something that technically is not of value according to this capitalist system that we're running to. And I'm just going to go off as a cheap end. You're able to find a song and get the exclusive rights for $300. You find a decent engineer for about $200. You're able to record everything at home, either on BandLab or you got yourself a decent mic like a Shure SM7B or maybe an AT2020. Yeah, that might cost you some money, but you bought that a long time ago. So we're not even going to include that in the cost. So we're already looking at about $500 just for those two things. Let's say you want to hire a videographer. I'm going to go in a ballpark because just based on the numbers that I've seen, you're spending around maybe $250, $300. We're already hitting the 700s. That's not including food, transportation, if you wanted to do makeup, whatever. $700. And we are expected as indie artists to do this every 4 to 6 weeks, while also releasing content where you have to post 3 to 4 times a day. It makes you wonder, how do you keep going in those moments? I know some people would be like, then what the fuck is the point? The love of music is the point. And this is why I stress the Sprouts to focus on the connection. Because a lot of the things that, quote unquote, are important, like your streams, Spotify numbers and all that shit, it don't give you money. It don't. You get cents upon change per stream. You have to make over 1,000 just to get that. Under 1,000, you ain't getting shit. But I'm saying all these things to say, that's why I don't lead with the thought of how is this going to make me money. I lead with the thought of how is this going to make me more connections with people. Because to be a starving artist, to be an artist, means that you have to know that for a very long time, you are not going to see that money. You most likely ain't going to see it for like 5-10 years. Hell, maybe even longer. But because you love music, because you're so focused on making sure that you are able to reach every single person that is out there, because you are focused on doing the right thing, that is how you keep going. That is how you balance all of this stuff. And you're just like, you know what? If it means that I get the chance to change one person's life, I'm willing to do this over and over and over again. And that's what I choose to do. I will continue doing this over and over and over again, because I know that there's more people out there that I need to reach, more people who need to hear my voice, more people who need my songs in their life. That truly makes it all worth it in the end for me.